Yeah, the Appendix 1 schedule was showed a total payment of 218,098,074 shillings, when the financial statement reported a payment of 297.1 million.
Yeah, Meshach, you've gone one step further. We are still on the completeness of the disclosure. Okay. Does Appendix 1 have pending bills totaling 1.261 billion?
Chair, if you add the total, you'll see here, you'll find the 1.26.
Chair, show us the document. Tell us which volume.
That is Appendix 1. We have the list here.
Which volume? You know you have volumes and others are. Is it this? What's written on the title?
Appendices for the financial year 2021, and then pending bills, creditors ledger.
So it's this one. Yeah. So there's no. The volume is not indicated, but let's see whether we can make sense out of it. Pending bills, creditors, register.
This one. Then go to the last page, you'll find the total there.
So you owe, in that financial year, 783 parties were owed. 783 parties. That's like 2 people every other day. And the grand total is 1.261. Auditor General, this is what we are asking, whether, first of all, they provided a schedule that is complete. Did you review this? Please, just give us the assurance. Just give us the assurance so that we get to the next step that you had already spoken to. OIG, why are you having a problem? And yet, I seem to see what we are looking for here. Or you have not reviewed Appendix 1?
Chair, I think we reviewed Annex 1, but it seems that we have a mix-up of documents here.
Yours does, what is the total on yours?
Chair, let me clarify that even though we were given those payments totaling 218, we didn't clear them. So the whole issue, the whole audit issue remains not cleared, as indicated in the brief we gave to you.
And also, just let me encourage you not to use technical terms. You know, when you say you didn't clear, what does that mean? The question the chair was asking, because there is a disclosure of the pending bills, the creditors ledger here. The question was, does it add to 1.261? The disclosure itself. But Chair, my advice is, since you have seen it, and the committee has seen it, you go to the more important question that was being raised on the verified ones. Because the ledger is here. Auditor General, please make our life easy. You have come to the conclusion that the accuracy and completeness of 1.2 billion cannot be ascertained. 1.2 billion. Someone sitting in Isiolo, yes, when he hears that, he gets suspicious,
yes,
that someone stole 1.2 billion Kenya shillings. Have you seen a schedule totaling to 1.2?
No, Chair.
What is this that has been provided to us as Appendix 1?
Chair, I can't support this because we didn't clear it.
What was wrong with it?
It was not able to explain the pending bills the details of the breakdown of the pending bills that we wanted of 297,114,333.
You see, you first start by establishing that indeed it was 1.2 billion worth of pending bills. Then you go to the next step of what was paid. Now, I see a column, the second last column, of 297,114,333. So that's where you have a problem. Measure. Do you have a problem with the last column? And I'm asking it for the 10th time, maybe using different.
Chair, I think because of the sharing of the documents among the three of us, that's why we are getting that the document that we have and it's just mixed up here. So I will confirm that the ledger that was provided totaled to 1.2 billion. That is a list of creditors, not the ledger.
So we agree with the statement that refers us to Appendix 1. Yes. Now let's go to the statement that refers us to Appendix 2. They are saying that with regard to pending bills, we submit the supporting documentation for 297 million. That is Annex 3. Auditor General, well, first of all, Governor, where is Annex 3? Is it also here? So your documents are all over the place.
Check volume 3, Chair.
So we have an entire universe of payment vouchers there. Auditor General, what is your analysis of these two reams of paper trying to evidence payment of pending bills?
Chair, we were not convinced of the contents there, and they were not able to support the query that we had raised.
According to your analysis, how much was supported?
Based on our analysis, they had listed up to 218 million, which even that 218 we had not cleared because the support was still inadequate. So I would say none.
You see, this is, members, remember, this is actual payment. This is not just a provision. This is actual cash that left the county. 297 million left the county for payment of pending bills. And the Auditor General can't make sense of the 297 million. So who was paid?
You know, Chair, again, the confusion here is that there are volumes that nobody is guiding us on where to find what. There is a word of papers that you are waving there. Because it's before you, maybe you can tell us what those things are. Because what is evidence of a payment? What is the OAG looking for to show that, for instance, Sifuna Enterprises was paid by the Isiolo County government?
There was a brief. I don't know where you sat in. He says the documents were not provided. OAG.
These ones?
He is not satisfied with the documents.
Senator,
or no supporting documents.
Senator
Chair, the query is no supporting document attached, and here there's none. It's only the list of paid pending bills and the total pending bills of 1 point something, but the vouchers are not there. So I think the auditor also say that there's no vouchers you have seen, so automatically you know where to check.
I can see where the problem is, Chair. When you open this Annex 3, Governor, it's titled Payment Vouchers. But there are documents here including minutes of quotation opening committee, you know. What are all these? There should be only payment vouchers here, unless I'm mistaken. Even you have even attached contract agreements, letters of acceptance, regret letters. If you see page 9, Honorable Chair, of Annexure 3, it's a regret letter. Page 9.
That's why I refer to it as an entire universe of records. Things which really should not be coming to the Senate. Things which should be provided to the Auditor General at the time of audit.
So, Governor, these are not payment vouchers. Why are these here? Why are they being called payment vouchers?
Yes, Chair, it's true that there's mix-up of those documents.
So can you send us to a payment voucher in that bundle? Which page contains any payment voucher that can speak to any of the amounts here?
Let our Chief Officer Finance guide us through this.
Did you go through these documents before you came here as a team?
Yes, we have gone through it. They are so bulky. We didn't have all the documents. So kindly allow our Chief Officer to take us through this, the documents, sir.
Chief Officer, proceed.
Chair, we have volume 3 of the documents, the payment vouchers, at Annex 3. These are the vouchers to a tune of 98,356,264, and the proof of payment is 218 million as per the bank statement which we shared with the OAG.
Madam Chief Officer, this is the document you're referring to, right?
These are the documents to a
Good.
tune of 98
Open
million.
a page that has a payment voucher. Because what I am seeing here, this is not a payment voucher. If I flip through, these are contract agreements. These are tender documents. Notification of award. Show me a payment.
Volume 3 of...
Open a page in that volume that has a payment voucher.
Chair, go to page 10.
Page 10. Page 10.
Page 2, Chair. Page 2. Page 2, Chair.
This one is from a resort and campsite. This is not a county government document. This is an invoice.
To support that payment to that company.
Governor, you're not helping yourself. You know what a payment voucher looks like. I wish I had a sample payment voucher to show. Yeah, this is a payment voucher. Number one is a payment voucher. What is it? What are these other things? See, this is what they're supposed to show us.
Chair, you can see the payment voucher and supporting document. Yeah, go through it, yeah.
Another one before for that sheet. This is for 3.5 million. So
Now, members, we might now be losing a view of the forest and only seeing trees. So we need to get back. We need to get back. The problem here is that 297 million was paid, but we cannot confirm why the 297 million was paid. We are dealing with a gap of 79 million because the Auditor General says on the surface of it, 218 million looks reasonable. So there's a 79 million that cannot be provided. And it does not matter what explanation you provide. Unless, Governor, you have evidence that you have provided support beyond the 218 million the auditor is talking about. But from what is coming up is that 79 million of the amounts paid cannot be supported.
You know, Chair,
Is there any other conclusion?
what we were trying to help you to do is if the Auditor General says there's no document here that explains payment, this volume would essentially be only payment vouchers. Then we ask the Auditor General on this payment voucher, like the first one, why are they not satisfied? Then that way we would proceed systematically to understand what the issue is. But if you inundate us with these documents that have no relevance to the question, you lose us. We get confused. Because what we are looking for is payment vouchers and maybe a schedule that will total to 297.11. Then you ask the Auditor General, where is the gap? Then we move like that.
Now, Auditor General, the confusion goes further. If you go to note 20, I have 102 million in note 20. So where did 297 come from?
Chair, can I answer that question?
Let the Auditor General respond because he's the one who has raised it, then you can come back. You're saying, as disclosed under note 20, the executive paid 400 million, which includes 297 million in respect to other expenses relating to pending bills. But the note 20 that we are looking at has got civil contingency reserves of 102 million. So how did the 102 million grow to 297? Are we using, or are we looking at a financial statement which was restated? As the OG looks for it, CC, what did you want to say?
I want to answer your question. The 218 million is what we have confirmed in the bank statements. So there is a possibility that the 297, which was in the financial statement, there's an error. So we have 218.
It cannot be an error because the 297 was paid. Paid. It is paid.
297, that's in the financial statement.
As paid or as provision?
No, as paid. But after scrutinizing
so there was an erroneous payment of 79 million?
No. What I'm saying, after we scrutinized the bank statements, we found out that what was paid is 218 million, not the 297 million.
But you reported that you paid
297, yes.
Million.
Yes. But if you check the bank statements now.
That's what you used to balance your books. So then someone sneaked in 79 million just to balance the books.
But there was an error, I don't know, there was an error. So in the bank statement it's 218 million.
There was an error of 79 million.
No, it's not possible. Especially these days when we have got spreadsheets and stuff. It cannot be, it's not possible to have an error of that amount. A different explanation could be is needed that money has not been accounted for.
Yeah, it cannot be an error. OAG, so what is the actual amount? Because we must try what's in the notes, what's in the annexure listing the pending bills, and what was captured as an actual expenditure. And remember, OAG, this is why we told you, you should not accept this thing of using other payments, that line for other payments, for pending bills. That's why you end up with this kind of confusion. So, Mesha, just explain to us.
Yes, Chair. This
Note 20.
This issue.
Even before the OAG explains,
Yes, Senator Mofan.
What do you make of this? Is it an accounting malpractice or outright theft? What is your view on this loss of certain value? What is your take?
Yeah, the gap of 79 between 218 and 297. But then we also need to establish what was the correct amount.
Chair, first explaining about this incomplete disclosure of pending bills. If you look at the report, first of all, the reference was to Annex 2. Go to Annex 2, which is page 106 of the financial statements.
Yeah, so
Annex 2, which is page 106.
Which is similar to Appendix 1 that we have just seen.
Yes.
Okay.
So, in the Appendix 2, the total outstanding balance was 1,261,654,379 shillings for pending bills. So out of that is what we were saying, that there's a breakdown that a payment for 297,114,333 was not supported. No, the documents given to the auditors.
Yes, and you have said that the payment for pending bills was broken down as other payments.
And you can see
under Note 20.
If you go to that same page, page 106, the amount paid during the year is 97,114,333.
That's okay.
Yes.
Note 20. You have made reference to Note 20, where you are saying, as per Note 20, the county paid 400 million, but Note 20 has 102 million. What's the relationship, or what is it that we are not seeing?
Note 20. Note 20. That is an excess. Note 20. Just look at Note 20. So what we are saying here is that Note 20 to the financial statement includes a payment, includes this payment of 297,114,333, whose supporting documents were not given to us. We are making reference again to that amount in the Annex 2.
So, but
yes.
You said the practice was to pay pending bills under other payments. So if Note 20 has only 102, where is the 195 million contained?
Come again?
Note 20 has 102
yes.
as having been paid as pending bills. But they have reported 297
yes.
as having been paid.
Yes.
So the difference between 102 and 297 is 195, isn't it? That 195 million, where is it accounted for? Remember when we asked why they're using other payments, OAG, you are the one who told us that you have tested that and it's okay for pending bills. You know what our position is, that it needs to be broken down. So why would they put 102 million of pending bills under other payments and put 195 million in other lines? See?
Yes, Chair. The 102 million, it is actually, the figure is 102,945,000. That was payment for from the emergency fund in response to flood and the prolonged drought.
It's
So-
getting worse. That
Even-
was payment from the
Emergency fund, yes.
fund.
Yes.
So pending bills were paid from the emergency fund.
No, in response to those emergencies. So if you go to the financial statements, it's there under the contingency. So from the 400 million, 1 or 2 was payment to emergencies, and then the 297 to pending bills, of which we can, from the bank statement, we can.
In the financial statements, statements of receipts and payments,
Yes.
where have you accounted for the pending bills?
Pending bills was clear, 297. The total payment
Where
for that financial year.
Where are they? Are they under other payments, or are they under acquisition of assets? Where is this 297 for pending bills, paid for pending bills?
297 is there as a pending bill, payment for the pending bill. The other payment refers to payment for that emergency, from the emergency fund.
So the other payment has no relationship with the pending bills.
We can go back to the financial statement and I can explain from
I
there.
am looking at the financial statement.
Yes,
And you have looked at it longer.
yes.
And in the morning, I told the Auditor General that I have a problem when a county has 600 million as other payments. Because you had 629 million in the prior year. That is more than 10% of your budget
Yes.
as other payments.
Mm.
Were those pending bills or those were emergencies?
No pending bills. 629 is pending bills.
629.
Yes,
Then you had 1 or 2 in this financial year
yes.
under other payments.
Yes.
Are those pending bills or emergencies?
It's a pending bills in response, payment that we have made, money from the emergency fund that we have made in response to, the flood and the drought.
I think, Chair,
So-
if I may understand my brother, he says there were pending bills which were incurred providing emergency services. And then when money for emergency came, you sorted out that particular cohort of pending bills. From the emergency fund, then you paid the pending bills which you had incurred in there.
During the
Provide
emergency.
emergency services.
Yes,
That's what you're saying.
yes.
Was there an emergency fund established?
Yes,
Like
it
with
was,
the
yes, yes, it was established,
So
and you said
the
2%.
the receipt and expenditure should have been within the fund, not within the executive statements.
Yeah. They've been within the fund.
Yeah, that's what happened actually.
And was it regular? You have said that's what happened. So was it in compliance with the law? See, you cannot go mute now. You are eager to talk. Talk. Was that in compliance?
I can say no.
Members, this thing, and we have asked ESCC, and this is why we want this other payment row to be deleted. And when we were in Mombasa, National Treasury confirmed that they are going to get rid of these other payments from the chart of accounts because it is used for fishy activities like the ones that they are talking about. So now we have started from pending bills, we have ended up into emergencies. I don't know whether some of those emergencies include supplements for wild animals and such things. But unless and until this is tested, I think we cannot tell the people of Isiolo that the 297 million that was paid out constituted value for money.